What's going on, everyone? Indy here with Ultimate Tool Reviews. Well, got a little treat for you today. I was at the dump dumping off a few things, and the guy next to me was dumping off a couple tools. Nothing really of interest too much, but other than this one Craftsman drill. Now, this is a Sears Craftsman drill. Don't know the age on this thing exactly, but from the back label here, it is a made in the USA half-inch electric drill. Of course, it's cordless now, but it was corded, and model number is 315.11290. So it could be a 90s drill if I had to guess. Maybe one of these is part of that date code about when it was made. Not really too sure. But anyways, let's get this thing popped open and kind of see what is inside this thing. This is an absolutely massive drill. All right, so let's start out by pulling the brushes out. There's a cap for the brushes. That's kind of funny. At least it makes it really easy to get it out. That's nice. So I really don't know the condition of this drill at all. I know that the cord was cut off when I got it. Only other thing that I know on here as well too. Well, that is still jammed in there. I'll have to get in there and open this up to get those brushes out. So only other issue that I've noticed about this, other than the cord obviously being cut off, is that there is no trigger right there. That is missing, unfortunately, from the drill. But it still has the forward and reverse toggle there, so that's kind of cool. So as you can tell, everything is Phillips number 2 bits to get everything, all the screws off. This is back in a time when they didn't mind you taking apart your own power tools here. So we are getting a couple more screws out of the chuck here. All solid metal right up here. You know, surprisingly, none of these screws are actually that tight or actually have any type of thread locker on them, which is kind of interesting here. And of course, they are decently dirty. Actually, there's a lot of what looks like oil on this one screw here in the front. Oil or grease or something here. And this case is so big, there's actually a couple of screws on the other side here as well too. Alright, so that should about do it for all of the screws. Alright, check this out. So here's the inside of the left overmold here. Quite a stiff casing. Not actually that dirty on the inside, which is quite amazing. It actually looks relatively new. Actually back by the handle, this thing stays very well sealed. Or it actually didn't even get that dirty. So right here is where the power cord was. Here's that trigger assembly. Everything, of course, still has the Made in the USA logos on, which is pretty cool. Lucerne USA? Interesting. Oh, it actually comes out really, really easily. That came out no problem at all. This is the right side assembly now with the Craftsman logo on there. Again, very clean on the inside for this thing might be 20, 30, 40 years old. Unsure of the exact age, but look at the inside of the handle there. Both sides are very, very clean. This thing was not used maybe more than, I'd say maybe 35, 40 times at the most, with being how clean it is. All right, so here is the business end. Haven't seen motors like that in a while. Now that is a motor right there. This is the wrist breaker right here. Definitely has been leaking some grease out of that head there for a little bit. I think the chuck still works actually. It's kind of tight, but let me see if I can tighten this down. I think it still does. Yep, still tightens down, nice. Let's see if this thing still is quite level. It is, yeah, that's not bad. Well, let's see if I can move this motor around to get the look on the inside here. Nice. Let's see if I can get maybe one of these brushes out and take a look at it. Oh, here we go. This one I can actually get out. There we go. It's actually not in terrible shape there. Not bad at all. I think I can actually get this one out is pretty cool. The one on this side is pretty well jammed in there. If I can maybe get a pick or something in there to get that out. But here's what the inside of a vintage Craftsman drill looks like. And let's see if I can pop this head. Check out the gear assembly in here. You know, it's surprisingly there's almost like no gaskets or anything in here. This thing just goes metal to metal right there, and that is it. That's why I was leaking a little bit there, but you can see how the grease is definitely old, but it's actually not in terrible condition really at all. So that is pretty cool to see. This thing really wasn't used too heavily. But very cool to see the inside of this thing. Definitely got a lot of grease. Far more grease than you would see inside most any modern drills now. And this thing actually does weigh quite a bit. All solid metal gears. These are built to last. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this teardown. And don't forget to like and subscribe guys. Take care.